So check this out. This is the entire view of all the Kern oil fields. So let's just, to give you a kind of numerical perspective on what's going on, we saw some individual oil wells earlier with the oil pumps on them. So there are 9,000 of those in this entire field. And those 9,000 produce 50,000 barrels of oil a day. Now, barrels is often a number that you'll hear if you follow the news, especially the economic news. It's not something that that most people really have a concrete idea of. So a barrel is 42 gallons. So 50,000 barrels a day means 2.1 million gallons of oil a day. And about half in America, about half of every gallon that is produced is going toward your gasoline. So this is about 1.05 million gallons of gasoline are produced here a day. Or if you want to look at it from another perspective, each of us consumes 3 gallons of oil a day on average. And that includes not just your gasoline, but the diesel in the trucks that move our economy, the kerosene / jet fuel in the planes that take us around and that also move our economy, all the materials in the petroleum products, the lubricants, the asphalts, et cetera, all the thousands of different things that we use oil from in our lives. That's 3 gallons a day. So what this one field is doing is it is producing, by producing 2.1 million gallons a day, it's providing all the oil needs for 700,000 people, from just this area, which is just such a, if you think about the amount of area being taken up, is such a it's beautifully large in my opinion, but it's so small in comparison to just the amount of land. Now, another thing that's really interesting about this is that this is a field that has been known for I think about 100 years, somewhere around a century. This field has been known about, and we often hear with oil that, well, oil is a quote unquote depletable resource. So, the more we use, the less we'll have access to. But one of the things that leaves out is the phenomenon of technology and the ability to discover how to get oil that we previously either didn't know about or knew about and couldn't get. So the production, the 50,000 barrels / that production that we have every day, that's way, way higher than it used to be in the early 1900s, even though there was more oil in the same ground back then, obviously. So even though we've taken more and more oil out of the ground, in general, there's been more and more oil available. And the reason is technology, particularly what's called steam injection, where they use superheated steam to get more and more oil out of the ground that they couldn't get out using earlier mechanisms. Now, with this particular field, if you look at the data, it's actually going down in production. It's been going down for maybe the last 5 years or so. But what will be interesting to see is, will people find an even more ingenious way to extract oil so that production will go up? And even if they don't, they'll be able to use this knowledge for new fields here and around the world to get more oil from those. So again, we hear about the oil industry, big oil, they're making all these profits, they're so bad. We need to think concretely about what's happening. And what's happening concretely is people are figuring out ways using human ingenuity to take useless stuff from under the ground and turn it into amazing stuff that benefits our lives, and do that better and better and in a more technologically advanced way every day. And that's really incredible. And you might think, oh, what, are you being paid by the oil industry? Unfortunately, no, I am not being paid by the oil industry. I think they, if they want to send me some money, great. My opinion's not going to change one way or the other. But I think every American should really value what the oil industry does, which doesn't mean that you appreciate every little thing it does. I certainly object to many of the things that the oil industry does. But in terms of just the fact that we figure out a way to take this stuff from the ground and make it benefit us so much is an incredible achievement. And the fact that it's done so reliably so that we can use it every single day. And you go to the gas station, gasoline is going to be there. You have a flight scheduled, that flight is not going to be delayed for lack of jet fuel. It's a really amazing achievement. And the people who grew this field and who made it a productive and ever more productive field for 100 years, those are people that we should really be grateful to. So if you meet someone and they say, hey, I work in the oil industry, you should think, wow, this guy makes so much of what's great about my life and what is great compared to what people used to have possible, and I should really admire what he does. So let's just take one more look at the field as the sun is starting to go down. And yeah, I mean, I hope that, at some point, the more you learn about energy production, the more you learn about oil production, the more I think you'll regard something like this as a really beautiful sight. So as beautiful as the sunset is, a scene of oil, of oil wells making human life better is just as beautiful.